do you do when you have a lock that you can't change? Sometimes you have to make the puzzle fit the lock instead of the other way around. How is this possible? And why would you do such a thing? In day 16, I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can make the puzzle fit the lock. My name is Celeste, and I'm the owner-operator of Escape from Reality by Golden Key Games. And today is day 16 of our 31 days of puzzles for your DIY escape game. In this video, I'm going to show you how I recently made a puzzle to fit the lock that I had to go in my escape room. Combination locks, like this one on the screen, are the standard locker type lock. They have 3 numbers, and you have to go right to your first one, turn left, go all the way around, land on your second, and then go back right and land on your third and open the lock. Some people love them. Most of my players hated using those. They are pretty sturdy locks. They are not resettable. So you get the code you get when you buy them, which can be pretty interesting. This means to use them, you have to make the puzzle fit the lock. Here's an example of how I did that in my escape room. I like to use these locks occasionally in my holiday rooms because I like to have no more than one kind of each lock in the room. And these locks typically are not as easy to pick or as easy to accidentally open as some of the other locks. So I do usually have one of these in my Halloween or Christmas room. So this example came from my most recent Christmas room. And what I did was I had a lock. It was the code was 101610. That's the code that came with it. So I made 3 little puzzles that give them those numbers, and then they had to put it together. So, and by doing that, what I did was I made this little card. So you can see on this card, it's got a picture of my dog. It's got an ornament that says ladies, rings, and doves. And then it has a stocking. Okay, so this had 3 different things that they had to do, and they had to figure out what each of those were and how to get the number from it. So the first, the picture of my dog, when they got into the second room, they would find this. And so this is my baby girl. Yeah. We've called her Princess in the Christmas room for the last couple of years. But if you look at this, it's got 10 bones around the edges. It's got 4 on the top and 6 on the bottom. So people notice that and they go, oh, it's got 10. And then for the middle part, I had this poster in the room, and it is the 12 Days of Christmas, and it gives all of the numbers for each line in the song. Most of the time, the players did this without seeing this, or they recognized that it was part of this song and they figured out the numbers. But just in case, because sometimes people have in some areas, the songs are different and the numbers are interchanged. So I wanted to make sure they had exactly what they need to get the numbers. So they had 9, 5, and 2, and that gave them 16. And then finally, the stockings on the wall. So there are 10 stockings on the wall, and here's a picture of some of them. And so they remember that the stocking is here, and they have to count how many stockings are on the wall. I left my stocking very nondescript on this card because the stockings I had on the wall were different styles and colors, and I wanted them to just get the total. So I put the stocking on this card very nondescript. So that gave them 10, 16, and 10. And at that point, they had to figure out, sometimes they already had 1 or 2 of the numbers, and then they're like, oh, this is going to give us the third number. And then they put it together. But it's kind of like 4 puzzles in one, because you see what each one is giving you and then put it together to open a lock. So that's a super easy way to use a non-resettable lock. And keep in mind, these kind of locks can also come with letters. So that opens up a whole other world of puzzle possibilities. If you're enjoying our 31 days of puzzles, subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications of upcoming videos.